Hello everyone. Welcome today. We are going to do some more painting of Necrons. Oh, better zoom in here. Here we go. Ooh, zoom in. Okay, we've got our Necrons to continue on, and I'm gonna start by assembling one or two of my figures here. That is just taking up desk space, so I can actually use my painting area, right? Anyway, welcome. How's everybody doing today? We've got regular kind of nerdy things going on, reading a bunch of books. I started watching the Lord of the Rings show. Anyway, the Amazon Lord of the Rings show. A little bit different than I thought. Rings of Power, that's it. But not bad. Yeah, I haven't gone into some of the Silmarillion and the other works by Tolkien in that world. So I don't have a huge perspective on those earlier times. As far as I can tell, it's quite good, which makes me think maybe I was a little bit too hard on the Wheel of Time production, because I love those books. so maybe not knowing the differences, it would have been better. So anyway, we're gonna start off with assembling silk here. This is a figure model from Great Studio. It's a newer Patreon, but I was really rather impressed with this silk model, so I wanted to make sure I get it put up on my shelf, even if I don't get to painting it for a while. I want to get it up on my shelf here, so I'll start just by cleaning out. Right, making sure parts fit together. Always dry fit your figures before you add the super glue. It could be bad to not do that. There we go. Alright, so that's good. But yeah, what about any of you? Anything you're reading or watching you want to share? Good stuff. Last week we talked a little bit. Sorry, keep it in frame for you. Talked a little bit about the Dresden books. Well, yesterday and today I had some busy work to do, so I'm like, hey, I'll put on a book, why not? And I turned on the Dresden Files, the first couple of books, and just sped right through them. They're really quick reads, they really are. It was just kind of fun to buzz through some books real quick while I was getting some work done at the same time. You know, that's the kind of multitasking I can live with. So it actually feels productive and fun at the same time. But anyway, I'm not going to go into too many details on cleaning this up. Just need it off my desk. So here goes the super glue. Fingers crossed, everybody, I do it right. Okay. Oh, sorry, keep it in frame. I'm new to this whole keeping it in frame thing. Oh, and I gotta switch the view. Sorry, let's switch over to my painting camera. Cursor. Trying out a wireless mouse over here. doesn't seem to want to work. Where'd it go? I don't even see it. Oh, it's clear up there. Okay, wireless mouse, 0. That's okay. Painting camera, there we go. There's some more space for you. Alright. I didn't use any super glue activator, so I had a few seconds to get this in. We're okay. But there's cosplay props and figures like these that really got me into the hobbyist side of 3D printing. Some people will be like, no, don't just call it hobbyist. Well, you know, when you work with $1 million printers and then you go to a $200 printer, sorry, it just, that's the only way I can think of it. But you know, even for a $200 printer, I mean, that's phenomenal. That's really great detail on this. All the spider webs and the costume and things. Yeah, I think it's excellent. I don't think it's missing anything. Alright. But that's what I do all day normally when I'm not hobbying, is working with customers on their industrial level 3D printers, which is a lot of fun. I get to work with some really cool companies, make rockets, airplanes, cars, everyday items, elevators, every industry. I haven't worked with any fashion industries myself yet, but we have printers for the fashion industries. I've worked with a few medical groups. Those are always really fun because then you're seeing things that are improving people's lives, right? Making surgeries less painful, less invasive for the patients. Those are the projects that I really get behind and get a big kick out of, are the ones that actually make a difference. Last year, and I'm pretty sure we're still continuing to do it, but it came out last year, we started working with a group in South America and I think Africa on prosthetics. Easily 3D printed, functional prosthetics for those people who have lost mostly arms. But that was really cool what we helped them to be able to design and do and provide for people with very low incomes, to be able to have throwing the head around some prosthetic help and get a lot of their life back, being able to be independent and things. It was just super amazing what 3D printing can do now. Sometimes super glue activator is a good thing. You don't have to hold it as long. But while I'm holding it, just take a look at this sculpt by Great Studio, and that's GR and the numeral 8 for them. This is just the classic silk look. One of the coolest looking female spiders for sure. There we go. Alright, so one more I can put on my shelf and get off of my desk. Clear up some painting space. I've just been printing a lot of these and putting them up raw because I can print way faster than I can paint. If I were going to paint it, I would need to do a little gap filling in on the legs. At least the arms fit pretty well. The neck, you could probably get away with that because it looks like it's the costume coming up. But just a little bit of gap filling, and some of that could just be I need to tune my resin a little better. But really, really great looking figure here. So, anywho, we'll set that one aside and continue on with my Necron work here. So I got the Combat Patrol, the Necron Combat Patrol for Christmas. Like I said, I don't have tons of time to paint. It's usually just these Thursday evenings that I get to sit down and dedicate some time to painting. So I'm not going very fast, but I'm really enjoying the process. I love the bronze silver effect I got going on these guys. Now I'm just getting in some of the glows, and we'll go back into the weapons, and we'll be good from there, I think. So now my paint. Alright, oh yeah. These big guys. Destroyer kind of bots. Ooh. There we go. Stringing on my brush. The sad thing about using nice brushes is they still wear out sometimes. You can get them to last a long time. And I've gotten better at that, but there we go. They still just get used. Just try and get the most out of them that I can. It's actually still not thin enough. Learning to thin paint is an art in itself. Get it just right. And every bottle of paint is different. So you just have to practice and learn how you like it. It's kind of an awkward angle. Getting in under these blades. I saw, after I put these together, another artist who didn't put the weapon arms on, especially. That would help so much to leave off those weapon arms and to last. You'd have to keep track of them though, because they all fit together a little differently. Doable, but unless you get a lot more hobby time than me, yeah, I'd lose them and get them all mixed up. They would get lost, so that's okay. I can work around it. some people don't always do the eyes glowing, but I like the look of it. And when in doubt, you can always check the box art. That looks good for him. This one's going to be a little easier to reach with the blades all up, out of the way. Now, sometimes I wish I would have found this hobby a lot sooner in life, but, you know, this is my calm down, my peace time. Do something a little creative. Not that I can't be creative in other parts of my life, but it's creative with some guidelines to it, right? You can still do however you like, but you know, an arm's an arm, a leg's a leg. So there's some pre-prescribed ways of doing things. You just kind of put your own twist on it, and I don't know, it's super calming to me to just come in and just paint. So anyway, that's my feelings on this particular hobby. Just calming. Oops. Not much there. There we go. That's him done. And this guy, I feel kind of bad. I put the legs on in the wrong order and I glued them in place. The things you learn. Anyway, I glued them in place as I was going, so it's all backwards and messed up and stuff. So I just say he got hit with a bomb and regenerated a little bit wonky. So, you know, we'll just go with that. It makes him sound cool. Yeah. Came back to life at all. We can get these all in here. I think I have too much water in my wet palette. It's kind of running on me. That's okay. I'll make it work. Almost got this guy done. Oh, so like I was saying, I was listening to the Dresden File books, and the early ones are just such a different feel. Not that it changes, but it really feels like the character grows and changes. It's not so much the author. The author, of course, is improving and growing and getting better, but then the character is also going through some growth that's just fun to go back to the beginning and see some of those differences. Alright, getting down to the last few of them. For me, it's kind of a finally feeling. I've been working on them off and on for so long this year, but it'll be good. You know, I need a mouse over here. Check on the Instagram live. I did that kind of on a whim, so if you're watching me live on Instagram, thanks. My setup, I can't see it. Sorry. But thank you for joining on Instagram, if you are. Some glowy effects on here in a bit. Sounds like I have a small child looking for me. Yep. Bedtime is always fun when you're a dad. I don't want to go to bed, but I do. That's why this is one of my only painting times. Because the little ones are in bed, and the bigger ones aren't having to go to activities. Excuse me. So, but, oops, sorry. Gotta keep it in frame. There we go. Make sure everyone can see. That's the interesting part. So. Keep the paint from drying on the brush too much. There we go. I finally got around to Dune 2. Dune is one of my favorite sci-fi series. Well, I guess less the series and more the original book. That one just fascinates me with the story that's being told, the depth that's going into it, all the things it kind of hints at, but it doesn't go in and tell you everything. Especially when I was reading it in high school, it really made an impact on me. I thought it was just the most interesting, most different thing ever. That was before I got into Wheel of Time. So, but it's still true. It's a personal classic, if nothing else. And so I was excited for the movies, a little hesitant because I wanted it to not flop. And the first one, totally checked all the boxes. The first one was super, super good. Totally thrilled with that. Was excited for the second one, but a while ago I decided we're not gonna go to the movie theaters like as a regular thing. That's going to be super, super special things, because it's just gotten so crazy expensive, and when you have kids that you're trying to take to, it gets real expensive real fast. So got some more kiddos needing me. Hold on.